Alrighty, welcome back. We're at it again. We've got things cleaned up. We got the car back in its position that I wanted to get it into. I'm really like looking at it. I am inspired to do something else, and that's what the chop is for. It was for me to, I don't know. It was just meant to do something different than what I was doing, putting the chassis together. Jolene's chassis sitting here. That's out. It was nice to look at that for a little bit, but I got Elvis sitting there. I got a few things that I got ready to paint. I got some interior pieces out here. The plan for this car, I don't know if you can see it that well right at the present second, it's black on the bottom. This is a plan. The plans change all the time. Black on the bottom. What color white was it, baby? Wimbledon white? Wimbledon white for the Thunderbolt down the side. Maybe some chrome on the top of it, and then we're going to go Calypso Coral on the top, or on the hood and the top of the fenders. And then it's going to be a black roof with the Calypso Coral coming halfway up the back roof. It's all 50s colors, and that's the way I want to do it, I guess. So where it's Calypso Coral on the top, we're going to do the top of the dash in Calypso Coral, and we're going to see exactly what that color is, because I'm going to throw some paint on today, and I'm going to take you through the full process, and that's what I'm going to do. That's today's video. We're going to paint this interior stuff. I've got a couple pieces washed there already, but I'm going to take you through and show you exactly what I'm going to do. Exactly how I do it. I got some paper on this piece of plywood here. This is my plan. I'm going to wash this stuff off. I'm going to lay it on the paper. I'm going to paint the back side. And then once I get the back side painted, I'm going to take off the plywood. I'm going to lay these pieces, I'm going to turn these pieces and put them over here. And the reason being is, if I lay these pieces, I'll paint these pieces like this on here first. I'll paint them like that first, and then I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to take them over here and lay them on the bench. If I take them and pick them up and turn them over and do this to it, I've done it before from experience. It sticks to the paper, pulls the paper off, and you really got a mess. This stuff, you know, basically, I've tried to hang it before, and it gets blowing it around so bad, and you got to hold it with your hand. It just becomes a hassle. So I'm going to paint it this way on the paper. Then I'm going to pick it up, move it, and I'm going to put it this way on the bench. And then we'll only have a couple little places touches, and not touching there. Got a little tiny place to touch there. Just a couple little places. It won't be a matter of the paint can gather in between the paper and what I'm painting. So basically, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash each piece, and you're going to see how I do it. So you're going to see how I do it. This is Windex. Washing them all down. This stuff was filthy, filthy dirty. So basically, I'm going to take each piece and just wash it down really quickly. I like Windex because it dissipates nice, and that's what I'm going to do. Just wash it down nice. Do every piece just like doing the dishes. Just like doing the dishes. Hey, baby, huh? Just like doing the dishes. Jolene looks amazing today. Jolene's jet setter thing is picking the quarterfinals today, are they, baby? Picking the quarterfinals today. She's all dressed up in her mask and everything. She doesn't want to get her hair all messed up. She got a Pepsi Cola hat on. She said, "You don't need my help today." She said, "You're painting." So she's all geared up, but it's quarterfinals today being decided?
Yeah.
Quarterfinals are being decided today. So when the quarterfinals are done and over with, and everybody's been chosen, the votes reset. And what she means by reset, it starts all over again. So we're going to have to pour it on when it resets. If Jolene makes it through the quarterfinals, which I'm hoping that I got my fingers crossed that she does. Hoping the best for her. Like always, I'm hoping the best for her. I'm going to turn this stuff upside down. This is the way I'm going to try to do this. This is basically, you got dirt on the back side, I see. I just want a little paint on both sides, that's all. I got more dirt on my hands than anything. I should probably wash my hands. I think I might. Them bad boys. Should wash them mitts first, shouldn't I? Just want to get a little paint on the back side. You can see where they had to be sectioned because we chopped the roof. I'm just going to go get some spraying oil and wash my hands. 1 second. I'll be right back. We're having a ice storm in Nova Scotia today, and it's just almost just like the good Lord above has turned the salt shaker on, because it's just like a salt, isn't it, baby? Mm-hmm. Like it's an ice storm we're having, and just like salt. Walk out, you can never make a snowball out of it because it's just like grains of salt, but it's ice. We didn't go do our breakfast thing this morning because of that fact. We're having an ice storm. There. I think I'm feeling a little bit better about cleaning things now with clean hands. Yes, I am. Just checking this over. Checking that over. Or I'm just going to turn it all over, and I'm not going to wipe it down. After I spray it the backside, I can't wipe it down after that because it'll have spray paint on it, and I will not be able to touch it. So I'm hoping that I can lay that on there like that. Just soaking them down. The reason being is because it dissipates nice. But I always use Windex, and the reason I use Windex because it's cheaper than Prime Wash, and I get the exact same results. And it's self-contained in a bottle. Your Prime Wash usually comes in a can, and you usually dump it on a rag and then wash it off. But I like the Windex where it's in a can or in a bottle. Excuse my licorice. Put that on there like that. Just going to try to get some on the back side of everything. Yeah, the chop that we did on the 40 or 39, whatever it is, just to rejuvenate myself, to do something different. And it's going to feel good to do something different today. Or it does feel good to do something different, actually. Just get away from it. I can look at it. I can be inspired by it. And I really enjoy doing different stuff all the time. Doing one thing or doing one car all the time really gets annoying after a while, I find. Gets monotonous. And I like to do a bunch of cars. You couldn't tell, I know. All right. This stuff was really, really dirty. Had to take it and blow it off. Opened the door up and blew it off outside. I had to cut one of these this morning for the roof. What I mean by that, this goes up on top of the headliner would be up here. This is the molding. It goes above the window and down. I had to cut this off to the angle of the roof because the roof has been chopped. And I had one already cut, so all I did is laid it on top of each other and then matched it up. Basically, that's what I did. I didn't make it no harder, no easier. Just exactly what I did. So we haven't sprayed any Hiltz Coral yet. Kind of got me tongue-tied, but we're going to spray some today. If I get dirt or anything in anything, I'm not going to stress it too much because there's going to be more of this being sprayed. But I got to start somewhere. And where I'm starting is these moldings. They're all sanded. I want to get some paint on them. The ones that turn out great, fantastic, I will leave them alone. And the ones that don't, I'll just wait and spray them again. I've got some little tiny pieces of the trim of the window that goes along the window. There's a couple little pieces. There's a little clip there in the middle that pulls them together. And I don't know where that's at right this present second. I don't know where it's at. So I'll have to paint that. And I notice there's a couple of pieces I don't know where they're at. But we'll get them. But I basically just want to get some paint on them, to say I've got paint on them, and get paint on both sides. Got my clickers on today. So when, I guess today, Jolene will know if she's in the quarterfinals. And then it will be, like I said, the votes will restart, and it'll start all over again. And we have to thank everybody for their support, because Jolene has done really well, I think. Jolene has done really well. And I thank you for the support, because I love Jolene. Jolene is my queen. We'll spray this stuff with a small gun, just so there's not a bunch of paint flying around. There'll still be a bunch of paint flying around, but we'll just use a small gun today. Looks really nice. Like I said, if we have any issues, we'll just spray it again. It's not a big deal. That's the way you have to look at some of this stuff, you know. And this stuff is the harder stuff to paint. Like I said, it's hard to hang because it gets swaying all over the place. And it's just little bits of paint. It's not a whole bunch of paint. I think I know some of this stuff was chromed, but let's face it, I'm not there. Our closest chroming shop here in Nova Scotia would be, 4,000 miles away in Ontario? Be quite a ways. No, Quebec has one. And it's more money than I want to spend on something, so I'm going to paint it. And there will be some stuff that I'll want to have chrome, like the bumper on it. I want to have that chromed, I will. The stainless that we have, we'll just polish that up and fix it. See, we got a little bad spot in this one, like a little dent sort of thing going on there. Don't know how. You see it where the screw. I'm going to continue on with it though. I'm going to continue on. I need paint on the back sides, that's for sure. Must have been fuzz from the thing before. See, I do my fair share of dishes, it's just car parts. Right? Just car parts. And Jolene helps me. Sad part is I don't help you do the dishes though, do I? I try not to tell everybody that. I probably should help you. This one looks a little better. So I'm going to paint them on the back side first. I'm going to give them one coat, just so we get paint on the back side. We're using Nason's urethane. Yeah, that's what we're using. I might do 2 coats in the back, who knows? It all depends on what they look like. Alright, so that's what we're going to do with those. So, those 4 pieces over there, they're going to have to be on a piece of plywood. And I'm going to take this piece of plywood and throw it out here. You know, there's quite a bit of cleaning when it comes to something like this. There is. I'm going to set them pieces, all these pieces on this, and that way there we'll only get, I don't like that, but whatever. What I'm going to do is take a piece of tape and put on that. just so no chips fly off. I think I want a wider piece. We'll try to get it painted within the hour so you can see what it looks like. Just that there was some peeling paint on the top of it. Don't want that peeling paint to come off. And this is waxy on this top side, so paint shouldn't stick that bad. When I turn these over, what's going to happen is if I paint them on the paper, it's all going to stick along that paper, and I do not want that. I do not want that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one over there. Put them 4 pieces on that and a couple long pieces on that. Put some tape on this one. And we'll be back to playing on Elvis and Jolene's car. Now the chassis looked nice pulled out, really did, inspired me. But it's good to get inspired from doing the chop. It was fun to do that. Now I'm on to something different. You must admit, doing something different all the time is better than just staying in one spot. And basically, when you get restoring an old car, doing it in one spot sometimes becomes the norm. You know, it takes a long time to do a car. It really does. Let's mix some paint. I got it shook up on the shaker. This is the first time spraying this. First time. Want my glasses because I won't be able to see. And we didn't clean the shop up the greatest. We cleaned it up, you know, fairly good. We didn't blow a bunch of stuff around. We didn't go down, get any water. Jolene just went out and got some snow, basically. And here in Nova Scotia, we're having a storm right now. And what better to do than just put a little paint on? I'll spend the rest of the day with Jolene. I'd be jealous too, boys. I'd be jealous too. Here's the color. Pretty. That's pretty. Almost like you, Jolene. Pretty. 8. There's the one I want. 4, 1, 2. So we'll go 4. So we'll go to... We'll do the 3 situation. That's what we'll do. We'll go 3 on the paint, 1 of the hardener, and then 3 on the reducer. Or just follow the 3 all the way along, and that give you the 4, 1, 2. Basically what I'm trying to say. So we're going to 3. Hope I'm not mixing. Yeah. I'll use it. I'll use it. We want some reducer. What, did I have the can cover off that already? Did I? Yeah, geez, I'm good. Nope, don't want that yet. Want the hardener. Excuse my licorice. I use when I get the cover off. I use the clear coat hardener in my urethane paint. We'll go to 3 on that. Put the reducer in there. Our paint is mixed. These Tim Horton cups, I have had a problem in the past with them. If you do not clean them out with thinner, the little bit of plastic inside them will give you fish eyes. And I cleaned it out first with some thinner. Get rid of that. I've run some thinner through the gun. I'm talking to myself right at the present second. Run some thinner through the gun. Get myself a filter. Alright. Right from chopping to painting. Love it. Something different. Just a little something different, you know? Just a little something different. Basically, that's why I like going back and forth doing things like that. Next week we might blow a bubble, you never know. And it's fun to do that. Keeps it exciting, it does. You know, keeps it exciting. For me it does. A little more paint in that. Now, I haven't turned on the filter yet. I'm not quite sure, or the fan. I'm not quite sure what that's going to do. Haven't turned that on yet. Haven't blown the room down either. I figured if we blow the room down, we'll have a mess. So we're going to go with what we have. And if we get any dust in anything, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just sand them off and paint them again. It's just interior pieces. That's all it is. And we got to paint the dash. Got to paint underneath the hood. Got to paint underneath the trunk lid, inside the doors. Got to do all that stuff. So. Take these bad boys off. Alrighty. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. I don't like turn the fan on right now. There we go. She's locked up. Don't want to get my hands in there at the same time. Try that. Come on. I got a mess of paint there. Stopping the fan. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing right before I paint, but it's what I got to do. I got a mess of paint going stopping my fan. Come on now. Get out. Wow. See what happens. Watch this now. That is not what I wanted to do, but I got her going. All right. It pulls so much paint through that there's so much paint on the bottom of that fan it's catching up. Like it's just like big chunks. And that's from painting a lot. Now I'm just going to paint the underneath stuff. See, I got a drip already. I've got a new gun. See what happens. Get some more paint. I'm thinking that one good coat should be enough for the back side of that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. I'll probably let it dry a little bit before I flip it. Just a little bit, not a whole bunch. spit on me. Shoving the air out of it. Now basically don't want that laying in the paint either, so I might flip it quicker than I think. I'm not sure if I want to give them a minute to dry a little bit, or if I just want to turn them and paint them. I guess turn and burn maybe is what they call that, turn and burn. Ooh.
That isn't good. Can't do nothing about it either. Hope the rest of them aren't like that. Probably slid that one across something. I'd probably. Well, we know one is going to be painted for sure. That's too bad. Hope that's the one with the dent. I might get enough paint on it. But only have to paint one side next time. I'm not sure if that one will hide or not. We'll see. If I get enough paint on it, it might. Then we get some paint dripping here. We bought 2 new guns last time we were down, so you know, when it comes time, we'll get the new gun rolling. Put some more paint in it. I like the color. Nice and bright. I think it's going to look nice with black and white. And it's all 50s, you know. Let's go do it. I'm going to spray this one first. Aha! Might work. You spray that first. The reason being, beautiful. can't even tell on that one. Gonna have to mix up a little more paint. That's better than having too much though. I am going to have a few places that are going to stick or want to stick to the tape, but it's better than having a whole line of paper stuck to it like I have had before. And this is the way I paint them. I'd rather paint them this way than hang them up. And you don't usually see the back sides of these things anyways. Pull a little piece of dirt out of it. And the only reason I did that is because I can. Why not? Why not? Watch your step on those, baby.
That went well. Everything looks really good, actually, for, you know, for what we're doing. I mean, let's face it. We're painting in a, dirty old shop. Everything went well. little paint coming out, but we got the frame covered up, so we're good. Ain't gonna hurt none of this stuff. Chassis covered up. That's all we have to worry about. Just want to make sure it stays. So, you don't want a red tinge on that, do you? No, everything looks good. That covered up. And basically what I'm saying is I'll get 2 little spots that I'll have to pull up off, but it's like a wax paper sort of deal going on. If I laid them on the paper, you can see what would have happened. They would have stuck to the paper and it looks like poo-poo. So we'll just let them set for a bit and then we'll put some more paint on. And then them pieces that I can take, we can throw them down the house, throw them upstairs, they don't matter. We'll just leave them there, they got paint on them. If it comes to time we have to paint them again, we'll paint them again. If we don't have to, we won't. But they look really good right at the present second. First coat. And there's some smaller pieces I got to paint too, actually. Like I'm missing a few little tiny pieces. Yeah. But they're in the car there somewhere. Every little piece on this car, we'll try to get some paint on it, like underneath the trunk lid, underneath the hood, the dash, just the steering wheel, just everything is going to have to be a touch of paint. And that's basically the way it goes. I'm going to mix some more paint while I'm waiting. Stop it. Having a hard time right this present second. Things come back to normal as soon as I put my glasses on. Right? Things come back to normal. Yeah, we're gonna go to 2 this time. There's 2. I should have put a hole in the side of that, but I didn't. I'll go 2 with the hardener. I like the little gun on stuff like that, and the reason being is less paint flying around. I like to spray it high pressure, but let's face it, you get a big gun and going in high pressure means a lot of paint spraying around. The little gun just makes it simpler for me. If I can do this without making a mess. Just so the paint goes back in the can. That's all it's for. Just put a little hole in that ring there and it allows all the paint to go back in the can. Probably see it dripping in there. See it running in there now. That's all that's for. Nothing else, nothing more. Just get the paint out of the ring of the can. See it dripping in? Not a big deal, but it helps it seal it off better. We're always on the move, aren't we, baby? Huh? Always on the move. Jolene looks amazing today in her little hat and her little mask. Can barely see her. but I know she's there. Fan's acting a little funny and it sounds a little funny, doesn't it? Go check it out, I guess. I like that color. I really enjoy that color. And I like the smell of it. I like the smell of it. Can't say I don't. So we're going, you can see on the other side, I think I already explained it once before, but we'll explain it while we got a little bit of time. Jolene's amazing with that camera. We're going Calypso Coral on the top, Wimbledon white for the Thunderbolt down the side. You can see the Thunderbolt on the side of it. And then black on the bottom, black on the roof. And this is what I think is going to be the cool part. So we're going to have it's going to be black down here, Wimbledon white there, Calypso Coral here, and the Calypso Coral is going to come all the way up to this stainless steel piece where the back window used to be. Going to come up there, and then we'll paint the black roof. I've never seen one done like that. I've never seen a Mercury with a well, I did a Mercury with a Thunderbolt before, but that was a long time ago. But we're going to take the Calypso Coral right to this molding right here, and then we'll have the black roof. So it'll be black, white, Calypso Coral, black, and that'll come up halfway. And I'm going to end up playing with. You need something wiped off, sweetheart? Your camera? Yeah. Jolene's going to wipe her camera off. Just don't panic, people. She's just wiping her camera off from the paint. I'll end up probably playing with the LS motor soon, hopefully. You know, get the transmission cleaned up, get it on the back of it, maybe get it stuck inside it, see if it works. Nothing's leaving the shop at the present moment. We're getting another snowstorm, or not a snowstorm, but an ice storm right at the present moment. It is what it is. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more paint on. Actually, I'll pour it in the gun, and then we'll go out and check. And what I mean by check is I'll touch a place with my finger, and if it's somewhat dry, that it does not come off on my finger, well then I say we're ready to paint. So I'm going to go back out and touch some of the paint and just see if it comes off my finger. Got no paint on my finger. No paint on my finger. Ready to rock and roll. That's how I generally tell. If it's still wet, you're taking a chance. You're taking a chance of getting runs. And take a chance if you like.
But I don't. Generally. Generally, I do not. I generally wait. And when you're painting something, I generally go back to where I started. And I started over there, so that's where I'm going to start again. Just trying to make sure no paint's going to drip off. Basic way to do it, I guess. watched on the internet a guy painting the car doors. Pretty cool. It looked like he was laying down a nice coat of paint too. Not bad. Not bad. Might have to mix a little bit more, or I can just put it all on.
Your mic's dangling. Hey. Your mic's dangling.
Man, let's see, he's gonna take it off. All right, got my mic put back on. It looks pretty good. We'll leave it like that for now. I think you can get the gist of it, what it's going to look like.
Should we give away a hat or a shirt now?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. Let's give a hat or a shirt away. I'm just going to leave that fan going. What I'll do is I'll wait until it clears out in there. Then I'll go in and see if I can see any light spots or any dark spots or anything like that. And then if it is, well, then I'll spray it again. And you'll know exactly how to do it. So we're just going to leave it for a bit. Everything looks good. She sure is rattling in there, isn't it? Probably got to do with the wind, maybe. Wow. Anyways, can't do nothing about that right now. Hope she don't fall apart. But she's shaking the grudge. Jolene's quarterfinals is today. If she makes it, the voting restarts. So we'll be on you again to help us support Jolene, and That'll be awesome. We want to thank everybody for supporting her now because she's done so well. The fan sounds like it's going to take off, and I got to keep it rolling because I want it to pull out the paint fumes. Wow, that fan don't sound good, does it? It does not sound good. It's probably making more dirt than anything else. 679 comments. Wow, that computer's working good for the day of what we're getting. The snow here is just like salt. Charles Fish. Go fish, Charles. Anyways, Charles Fish, you deserve a hat or a shirt of your choice because you took the time to comment. I made one for my 36 Chev truck cab, used 4-steer caster, and made it so I can take it apart for storage. Much better to be able to move it around. Keep up the awesome projects. Thank you very much, Charles. Yes, you're exactly right. I heard one guy who said he made one with wood and he could tear it back apart. That's good too, but I'm going to use my tables probably over and over and over and over and over again. That's what I plan on doing. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and I don't know if the fan's going to make it or not. Jolene's quarterfinals is going to be showing today. It should show now, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to check it yet.
Okay, well anyways, quarterfinals was being chosen today. If Jolene makes it today to the quarterfinals, we'll be on you again to show some support. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going in and check on that paint.